Hey, everybody, I'm John Granato. He's Lance Zierlein. We're on mornings on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. Thanks for joining us. Hit subscribe right now so you get all our content here at SportsMap HOU. Hey, Lance, the Astros win Game 1 in Seattle. Interesting little exchange after the game between Chandler Rome, who covers the Astros on a daily basis, and Dusty Baker. Dusty brought in Ryne Stanek in the 8th inning, and he looked great, did a great job. But I don't know that Chandler Rome thought that was the right call. Here are the two of them. They had this little exchange after the game.
Dusty, is Graveman healthy?
Yeah, he's healthy. But like I said, I mean, this relieving is new to him. And, he'll probably get in the game tomorrow. I mean, when would you have used him? We already had Stanek up.
Right. I thought he would pitch the 8th. That was my thought.
Well, hey, man, you're not the manager, so.
I know. And that's why I'm asking.
Right. I mean, when you sit Stanek down, he was already loose already.
Well, that was interesting, especially when Dusty said, well, you're not the manager. And Chandler said, yeah, that's why I'm asking you. So, but here's the deal. I agree with Dusty on this one. First of all, are you married to a setup man? Because I'm going to tell you this, in the playoffs, we're going to see Stanek. Stanek is going to be out there. Dusty believes in him. Now, not every Astro fan does, because we've seen him have some rough patches. But Stanek can come. We've seen him also get out of bases loaded, nobody out situation by striking guys out and inducing ground balls. He looked great against Seattle here. Just know this, you will see Stanek in the postseason, right or wrong?
No, you will see him, but let's also be clear on this one. The Astros had a 1-run lead, and typically you want to go best on best as you're trying to win, and you're down to your last 2 innings for the opposition to score on you. You want to go with your best, and your best is going to be Graveman. It's not going to be Stanek. With that said, it didn't surprise me because this is what Dusty and, frankly, at times A.J. Hinch would do. This isn't brand new to the organization where they don't stick with the tried and true, this player's setup, this player's closer, and that's that. That hasn't been the Astros at all, not even under A.J. Hinch. So it wasn't that surprising to see it, but I do think that I would like to see it more. I would like to see them say, this is our guy here and this is our guy here, especially in situations like last night, John, where the victory was hanging on the brink. And I would say Graveman versus Stanek. Stanek struck outside. Stanek was great. But typically, odds are that Graveman is going to be your better option.
Yeah, we've got more on this. But first, why don't you talk a little bit about Cars for Kids?
We're talking about your best options, and how about Cars for Kids? You give a kid a second chance at that option of getting that high school diploma. CarsForKids.org is your website. They work with Houston Can Academy. You donate your car or your truck or your motorcycle, whether it's running or not, they'll come, they'll haul it off, they'll transfer the title for you, and you get to collect an opportunity to have that tax write-off. So you can write off the car and not the kid with CarsForKids.org.
Well, back to that exchange. Dusty brought up something that is, there's a baseball term that Peter Gammons introduced us to. I didn't know this baseball term.
I didn't either.
Until last week, and it's called dry humping. And that's bringing up a reliever, getting him up in the bullpen, and then not using him. And Dusty said, well, Stanek was already ready, so would you like me to just sit him down without using him? Well, he dry humped Yimi. Yimi was up, and he was working in the bullpen, and he didn't get in the game. So there is something to this, and how many times a manager will dry hump a player, bring him up, and not get him up in the bullpen and not put him in the game.
You just want to say dry hump. This is the most obvious.
I kind of enjoy the term. Hey, don't get me wrong.
It's the most transparent effort I've ever seen to say dry hump.
I just thought this is my favorite baseball term ever, and I just learned about it.
Do you need me to answer it, or do you just want to? You got it in. Is that good enough?
I got it in. I just wanted you to know that. But here's another thing.
Okay.
Stanek was here before Graveman.
Yeah.
Graveman is a click guy that he brought in, right? They had to get rid of Miles Straw because Dusty was going to play Miles Straw even if McCormick was hitting 800 because Miles Straw was going to be Dusty's guy. So they had to get rid of him, get him out of there. So you can't even have that toy anymore. Is this a similar situation? And now we see Myers hitting really well. Is McCormick maybe going to get back out there when he comes back because McCormick was here first? And Dusty might, favor him a little bit more?
Well, I can tell you this. If Dusty wants to exit the Astros after this year, that would be a great move. Go with McCormick over the guy that's hitting over 330 and it looks completely comfortable against Major League pitching. Nothing would say Dusty needs to go faster than replacing Myers with McCormick. Now, if you want to rotate him in the at-bats, I get that. McCormick's got more pop than Myers. I mean, McCormick's got legitimate power. But, no, replacing him just because he was there first and you're going to tell me, well, starters don't lose their jobs to injury. Well, he was never really a starter anyway. So I can't see that being the case. Jake Myers is really growing on everybody in the city, and if that doesn't include Dusty Baker, I would be shocked.
Yeah, and I feel bad for McCormick, but oh well. I mean, he couldn't get on the field with Miles Straw ahead of him, and now he won't be able to get back on the field because of a rookie that's just hitting. And listen, there's nothing about Myers that you don't like. He's hitting late. He's hitting in clutch situations. He's hitting for average. He's hitting for power. He's doing it all. You're absolutely right. You just can't get Jake Myers out of. Now, you can work. And oh, by the way, McCormick just might be a pinch hitter for this team. This is a really good baseball team. McCormick, it come up in a late game situation for Machete. And you know what? That's fine and good. But you can't do that, Dusty. Although Dusty might just say, oh, yeah, what? Are you the manager? I'm the manager. Okay, he gave that to Chandler Rome. He'll probably give that to us as well, Lance.
I'm the captain now.